What made Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers, such a powerful thinker and leader? His words hold a timeless wisdom that can still guide us today. In this video, we'll explore the deeper meanings behind some of Jefferson's most inspiring quotes. From his revolutionary ideas about freedom and self-reliance to his thoughts on leadership and personal growth, there's something here for everyone seeking to transform their life. I think myself that we have more machinery of government than is necessary. Too many parasites living on the labor of the industrious. Government big enough to supply everything you need is big enough to take everything you have. The course of history shows that as a government grows, liberty decreases. The two enemies of the people are criminals and government, so let us tie the second down with the chains of the Constitution, so the second will not become the legalized version of the first. The issue today is the same as it has been throughout all history, whether man shall be allowed to govern himself or be ruled by a small elite. When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. When the people are afraid of the government, that's tyranny. But when the government is afraid of the people, that's liberty. A true patriot will defend his country from its government. There is no justification for taking away individuals' freedom in the guise of public safety. When once a republic is corrupted, there is no possibility of remedying any of the growing evils but by removing the corruption and restoring its lost principles. Every other correction is either useless or a new evil. When you abandon freedom to achieve security, you lose both and deserve neither. To learn, you have to listen. To improve, you have to try. The end of democracy and the defeat of the American Revolution will occur when government falls into the hands of lending institutions and moneyed corporations. Laws that forbid the carrying of arms. Disarm only those who are neither inclined nor determined to commit crimes. Such laws make things worse for the assaulted and better for the assailants. They serve rather to encourage than to prevent homicides, for an unarmed man may be attacked with greater confidence than an armed man. Evil triumphs when good men do nothing. The government you elect is the government you deserve. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government. I could think of no worse example for nations abroad who for the first time were trying to put free electoral procedures into effect than that of the United States wrangling over the results of our presidential election and even suggesting that the presidency itself could be stolen by thievery at the ballot box. Democracy is 51% of the people taking away the rights of the other 49%. The federal government is our servant, not our master. The greatest calamity which could befall us would be submission to a government of unlimited powers. The course of history shows that as a government grows, liberty decreases. The purpose of government is to enable the people of a nation to live in safety and happiness. Government exists for the interests of the governed, not for the governors. I place economy among the first and most important virtues and public debt as the greatest dangers to be feared. To preserve our independence, we must not let our rulers load us with perpetual debt. If we run into such debts, we must be taxed in our meat and drink, in our necessities and in our comforts, in our labor and in our amusements. If we can prevent the government from wasting the labor of the people under the pretense of caring for them, they will be happy. Experience hath shown that even under the best forms of government, those entrusted with power have, in time and by slow operations, perverted it into tyranny. When the representative body have lost the confidence of their constituents, when they have notoriously made sale of their most valuable rights, when they have assumed to themselves powers which the people never put into their hands, then, indeed, their continuing in office becomes dangerous to the state. He who permits himself to tell a lie once finds it much easier to do it a second and third time, till at length it becomes habitual. He tells lies without attending to it, and truths without the world's believing him. This falsehood of the tongue leads to that of the heart, and in time depraves all its good dispositions. No government should be without critics. If its intentions are good, then it has nothing to fear from criticism. In matters of style, swim with the current. In matters of principle, stand like a rock. The reason that Christianity is the best friend of government is because Christianity is the only religion that changes the heart. Rebellion to tyranny is obedience to God. The constitutions of most of our states assert that all power is inherent in the people, that it is their right and duty to be at all times armed. My God, how little do my countrymen know what precious blessings they are in possession of, and which no other people on earth enjoy. The God who gave us life, gave us liberty at the same time. The country is headed toward a single and splendid government of an aristocracy, founded on banking institutions and moneyed in corporations, and if this tendency continues, it will be the end of freedom and democracy. The few will be ruling. I hope we shall crush in its birth the aristocracy of our moneyed corporations which dare already to challenge our government to trial and bid defiance to the laws of our country. I sincerely believe that banking establishments are more dangerous than standing armies. The cornerstone of democracy rests on the foundation of an educated electorate. What country can preserve its liberties if its rulers are not warned from time to time that their people preserve the spirit of resistance? Let them take arms. Let your gun therefore be your constant companion of your walks. Laws that forbid the carrying of arms disarm only those who are neither inclined nor determined to commit crimes. Let your gun therefore be your constant companion of your walks. Laws that forbid the carrying of arms disarm only those who are neither inclined nor determined to commit crimes. If the children are untaught, their ignorance and vices will in future life cost us much dearer in their consequences than it would have done in their correction by a good education. I think we have more machinery of government than is necessary. Too many parasites living on the labor of the industrious. An act of the Congress of the United States, which assumes powers not delegated by the Constitution, is not law, but is altogether void and of no force. It is the old practice of despots to use a part of the people to keep the rest in order. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Difference of opinion leads to inquiry, and inquiry to the truth. Dream eyes. Religious institutions that use government power in support of themselves and force their views on persons of other faiths, or of no faith, undermine all our civil rights. Moreover, state support of an established religion tends to make the clergy unresponsive to their own people and leads to corruption within religion itself. Erecting the wall of separation between church and state, therefore, is absolutely essential in a free society. To compel a man to furnish funds for the propagation of ideas he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical. A little rebellion now and then is a medicine necessary for the sound health of government. A little rebellion now and then is a medicine necessary for the sound health of government. The true theory of our Constitution is surely the wisest and best, that the states are independent as to everything within themselves, and united as to everything respecting foreign affairs. Let the general government be reduced to foreign concerns only, and let our affairs be disentangled from those of all other nations, except as to commerce, which the merchants will manage the better, the more they are left free to manage for themselves. And our general government may be reduced to a very simple organization, and a very inexpensive one. A few plain duties to be performed by a few servants. I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost. It is more honorable to repair a wrong than to persist in it. I believe that banking institutions are more dangerous to our liberties than standing armies. Educate and inform the whole mass of the people. They are the only sure reliance for the preservation of our liberty. For a people who are free and who mean to remain so, a well-organized and armed militia is their best security. He who knows best knows how little he knows. If we are to guard against ignorance and remain free, it is the responsibility of every American to be informed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more inspiring content.